So that nasty vibration ended up being a broken blade. And now I have a bigger repair. Hey everybody, welcome back to Rolling Hills Farm. Dave here. As you can see, I've got the Kubota skid steer in the shop. This warm winter or snowless winter has given us opportunities for cut and brush, but it's also exposed rocks and stumps and all kinds of things that normally would be under the snow, and we're hitting them and we're breaking things. Willow and alder brush has grown up in this section, maybe an acre of cow pasture, and that inhibits the growth of grass. So we're going to get out in this and knock down this willow so we can give the grass a head start. The more grass, the more profitable your farm. So that nasty vibration ended up being a broken blade. This blade broke right here and spit out the side of the mower. And we actually ordered blades from the manufacturer, Express Steel, and they've just arrived. And you see their package comes with 2 new blades. The idea is you replace both of them to keep them balanced. And then replacement nuts and bolts. There's the end of the broken blade and the bolt. Well, that's going to be a little bit of a pain to put in there because it's so heavy. A little hydraulic jack, and it's up in place. Oh. Now let's see if the nuts lined up with the bolt. Yeah, perfect. As far as the gun would go, now just an extra squeeze with the ratchet. There, now we can get the second blade out of there. We decided we're going to replace both blades. Well, that was easy. So there's the second blade, and it appears to be in good shape. Yeah, look at that. I don't know if you can see. There's definitely wear in there. And the wear is on the blade, not on the bolt, so that's good. You've got to get it so this little notch right here, you really can't see that very well, but there's a little notch right there, and that fits in a groove in the stump jumper. There, we seem to be operational again. It's cutting through this stuff. Temperature is just right. The ground is frozen enough that I can get over an area that I wouldn't be able to do in the summers. So with my new sharp blades, I headed into an area of brush, bigger brush, with stumps 4 to 6 inches. It probably was a mistake. Well, as you can see, the Kubota skid steer is back in the shop. I just put the new blades on, and now I have a bigger problem. The blades and the stump jumper missing. I've actually broken the stump jumper right off. You can see this collar is stuck on the gearbox shaft. I have the top back off, and now I have a bigger repair. See where it's literally snapped right off the center shaft, and the blades are there. All right, you can see I've got the nut off. I've got that all sprayed up. I had to use heat on that to get that nut off. But here's the brake, and I've put a wheel puller. You see I've scuffed that up just a little bit right there, and I cannot get that off. And I've taken the gearbox off, and now we've got it over there in the vise, and we're going to heat this up and see if we can get this broken piece off. I'm turning it by hand. Oh. That baby is hot, but it popped right off just like it was greased. Get that gear puller out of the way. All right. Well, we're gonna let that bad boy cool down and go get some lunch. Well, look what the UPS man dropped off here while I was eating lunch. That didn't take long. Looks like the right piece. Time to reassemble. All right, this is a heavy monster. Let's see if we can slide this in place on these splines. Let's see if the gun is strong enough to get this up in there. Castle nut just needs to go a little further on so I can get a pin through that hole. And so I'm going to need to use a heavier wrench and bar. The DeWalt battery gun's just not getting it done. The nut is back on the bolt right there. Stump jumper is in place, and I went ahead and attached the blades without taping it. So the mower's ready to go. Well, so the mower is operational, it's working good, but we're back out here today doing brush in the skid steer, but not using the mower because we're into some pretty big stuff here. It's kind of hard to see, but this is just a little bit too big for the mower to cut. So what we're doing is, you can see I've got the rock bucket here, and we're just ripping this stuff out of the ground and pushing it in a big pile to be burned later. And I'll spin the skid steer around here. you'll see the area we've been clearing. There's some pretty big alder brush here. Just a little bit oversized for the mower. This is in the middle of a 25-acre cattle pasture. This is our new pasture that we fenced 2 years ago. And so what we're trying to do is open up some of this overgrown brush to make some nice grazing areas back here in the pasture alongside all these trees. The trees give the cows great shade when it's hot. And there's a creek back over this way. You can kind of see it right there. That provides fresh water for the cows. And so what they're missing here is enough grass. So I'm hoping as long as I can keep pulling this brush out this winter, we can continue to expand this grazing area. So we're right across the waterway. You can see the creek runs right through here from the area that we were cutting a couple of weeks ago. And you can see that's about a 5-acre section now that we opened up with the mower. And we're running out of stuff that we can mow, and now we need to just rip it out by the roots. So that's what we're doing now. Daylight, but that's quite a bit more accomplished here. You can see this pile is starting to grow. We'll burn that. It might take a year for it to dry out. So I'm going to continue clearing here. My goal is to get this half-acre done in the next couple days. But thanks for watching. I hope this was interesting. It's certainly a way that we're taking advantage of what's available, this land, for additional pasture. Don't forget to support your local farmers, and we'll see you again soon.